banning hound hunts for bear in Washington.
That was the will of the people, and the department can't ignore that, and the hound hunters can't ignore that.
Hans Dunshee was a state representative for 22 years and fierce supporter of I-655. He did not want hound hunting to continue for sport, but didn't mind if the state used it selectively to kill bears that caused damage. It's why Dunshee and others allowed for a loophole in the law. Problem bears would remain fair game, but only problem bears.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean all bears are guilty. And that's the philosophy they're using right now.
We told Dunshee what we learned in a year-long investigation. Hundreds of documents show the state's definition of problem bear means any bear.
I'm curious how you know you're getting the right bear.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're never going to know what bears are peeling and what bears are not.
In an interview that lasted 2 hours, we asked state wildlife managers about a program that's well known on timber farms but rarely shared with the public. Every spring, hound hunters kill bears on commercial tree farms. It's totally legal to kill bears that peel and damage trees. But the state says what matters more than the right bear is just having fewer bears around the most vulnerable trees.
If you know that that's going to happen year after year, reducing the number of bears that could peel in an area would be a way to get ahead of it.
Anise Audi and Stephanie Simic help oversee the state program that manages the killing of bears on timber farms like Bonnie Miller's.
This is what it looked like on one of our planting days. I made bags that we wore around our waist that carried about 500 trees.
Bonnie and her family planted 18,000 trees in 3 months, all by hand. It was an investment for their grandchildren's education or their own retirement.
We were really proud of ourselves. We had some nice trees, and then all of a sudden, we found something.
So there's 1, 2, 3.
Her husband Ken says
4, 5, 6.
All these trees were damaged by bears. It happens in the spring when bears awaken from hibernation. They're hungry, and the syrup inside trees offers a quick and high-calorie snack. Timber farms blame bears for millions of dollars lost every year.
I was desperate, in a panic, because our financial wherewithal for our retirement years was on the line.
Miller admits he was desperate enough. He asked a hunter to kill bears in secret.
Maybe I'm not totally proud of it, but I would do it again if I was in that same situation, and that was the only option I had to protect my property.
He says far more often, tree farms protect wildlife by preserving habitat.
It really is cool to be a tree farmer. We're doing good stuff and for the environment, and we're just doing wonderful, wonderful stuff.
But for Miller, there are too many bears, and he's not allowed to kill enough. If there were fewer bears, he says he'd have fewer problems. And we learned state wildlife management agrees.
I think we under-harvest bears probably in the state as a whole.
Audi told us any bear that lives near vulnerable trees is a potential problem. That's why he's okay with using hounds to kill bears before they ever do damage.
Once the damage has occurred, you're almost too late.
The state restricts hound hunts to 3 miles from tree damage. They say that helps target problem bears. But biologists say it's breeding season. Male bears are always on the move. And the state's own data shows male bears are killed nearly twice as often, even though females, many with cubs, are most likely to cause damage. A state biologist writes only 1/4 of bears killed have bark in their stomach.